favourites, Arsenal at 34%. I suppose, Craig, you were mentioning, we were talking off air, last year we were looking ahead to the FA Cup final, we were saying, well, look, Chelsea are going to win this, they're going to do the double, didn't give Arsenal too much chance. Could you see history repeating itself here?
No, I can't, because I just think Man City, particularly now that they're out the FA Cup as well, we want to put a marker down here, get the first trophy, because everybody's talking about them, and everybody has been, you know, the quadruple and all that sort of stuff. They haven't picked a trophy up yet, so they've got to get that in the bag. I think the SPI is probably fair enough. They are big favourites, but you're right, that game showed that on any given day, Arsenal can put on a performance. I just don't see them doing it over 90 minutes against this City side, not with the one or two problems they've got, but Wenger needs it.
Yeah.
Wenger and Arsenal need it big time.
How do you go about it if you're Arsenal, Stevie? How do you stop Manchester City?
I think they have to look at what Liverpool did and close them really early and high because...
Have they got the personnel to do that?
Well, I think you need, if they're going to do it, then they need to get players on the field that can get around. And I think they do. I think they have to go with a 3-5-2. That's what I would do. I would have legs up front, Aubameyang and Welbeck. I would play 5 in the middle to make sure that they can squeeze high and have 3 at the back. So, which will probably end up at stages being 5. But that's what you need against Manchester City. They fling that many players forward that you need numbers to defend against them.
Will Wenger employ that? Will he have seen that Liverpool game and use it as a template?
You know, you talk about stubborn. Wenger will go out and try and do what they do, and that's, well, this is how we play and this is how we're going to do it. And that's what they did against Tottenham and got blasted. I mean, it finished 1-0, but it should have been 4 or 5. So I wouldn't be shocked if he did that.
Right.
But he shouldn't.
Arsene Wenger, for me, is still trying to find what's his best lineup, what's his best shape, with the new signings coming in, and I think this is a good opportunity for him to explore that a little bit further. Look, pound for pound, no question, City are the better of the two teams. Right now, City are by far the more consistent of the two. So, in a sense, Arsenal are not hiding to nothing. So go out, play a game as naturally as it may come, and see if you can get the better of City.
Is that not a bit naive, Shay?
Absolutely.
Isn't that been the problem for Arsenal last few years? They go into these big games and go in with this attitude, we're going to do it our way.
Well, the thing, it's a one-off in a cup in a cup final, and so there's not a whole lot to lose here. It's not about.
There is, Shay. If City win 4 or 5-0,
they're not losing ground on the top 4. They're not losing ground on whoever is in 4th place. They're the second best by a long way of these two teams. And you can try to think and reframe this as best you can. City are by far better than Arsenal.
Are we really going to be shocked if Arsenal get beat 3 or 4?
No, we're not.
Are we really? We're not. Arsenal going into this game absolutely underdogs, no question.
But you can't just approach it like that, with that kind of, well, we're going to go in and play the way we play.
No, I'm not saying that's what they should do. I'm saying that's what they will do, and that's what he does. That's what he did against Chelsea, and actually they ended up winning the game. And you've got to look at City. City lost the cup final. I know it was a different manager, but they did lose a cup final to Wigan. So it's possible. Is it likely? No. And again, I started by saying we will not be shocked if they lose 3 or 4, because we won't.
They were underdogs in getting here because everybody thought Chelsea over 2 legs would beat them, but
sure.
Chelsea haven't been great. But they had so many changes, Arsenal, at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea let them off the hook. I mean, he left Sanchez on the bench in the first leg of that semi-final. Iwobi played. I mean, I think Chambers and Holding might have played at the back if memory serves me right. And Chelsea were so bad, they let them off, and then Arsenal were the better team in the second leg and went through. But I do think City will have to have a poor day.
Right.
You know, I think Arsenal can get a result if City have a poor day. If City don't have a poor day and they got the heads on and they play well and they get all the key players and on the ball and involved and they defend properly, I think they win it by a couple. I really do. But the Europa League's keeping Arsenal going just now, isn't it? That's his parachute for whatever happens.
Yeah.
Well, I know they've got AC Milan, but that is the parachute that he will use if they get a spanking off Man City. Well, we're...
Premier League this weekend is at Old Trafford. Manchester United against Chelsea. United 41% according to the SPI to get the win. Chelsea 32%, 27% the draw. So many subplots going into this. Of course, we saw the feud between the two coaches a couple of months ago.
Yeah, we like that. more
of
of
course
that.
you do.
But I didn't really. It got a bit silly.
No, it's good that
But, I mean,
neither has commented on it, which makes it good. That
and
we
they're
can
not
talk about it.
friends.
Well,
yet.
no.
So they'll be one of the customary,
Yeah, just one of them, and that's it.
No, one of those soft handshakes. It's
Yeah.
ugh.
Like Valentine's Day at the Burley House. That's it.
What's it?
Just a handshake.
Where we go with this?
You look at this, and you look at the fact that United, of course, under pressure after their performance against Seville, Chelsea as well as Barcelona. But let's focus on United. They've got to do better, haven't they? They've got to up their game.
They have to, and I think all the United fans turning up at Old Trafford, let's be honest, they're only thinking one thing. Is he playing Pogba?
Well, he's going to play Pogba, isn't he? Herrera's injured. Surely there's nowhere else that you can find in the reserves.
Well, he's playing young boys ahead of him.
Yeah, that's true.
And he may juggle things around. But the other side of the coin is I think Mourinho will factor in the other games. Liverpool can leapfrog them and they're playing West Ham. Tottenham can go a point behind. This is if they lose.
Yep.
Tottenham can go a point behind them, and they're playing Crystal Palace, who have got. It's like the Red Cross. I mean, it's just stretcher after stretcher. There's so many injured players, and I think that'll just make him even more petrified to make sure he doesn't lose. Particularly as it's Chelsea, and particularly because it's Antonio Conte. I don't think he'll give a stuff whether it's entertaining for the Old Trafford fans or not.
So we're saying that if you offered Mourinho a draw before kick-off, 0-0 draw, he would take it, really?
Absolutely. When was the last time you saw him setting his team out in a big game, home or away, to go and win it? Can you help me? Because I can't remember. He 100% is going to set his stall out to not lose anything, and let's maybe try and build into it, and then maybe we can go and get ahead, and then the opposition, Chelsea, have to come at us. I mean, that's how he'll be thinking. He ain't sitting there going, you know what, we're going to show them. We're going to show everybody that game against Sevilla was a one-off. We're going to show them that we can play attacking football, and what better team to do it against than Chelsea.
But would that criticism not have stung over the last 48 hours in the sense that he wants to have that?
Well, it hasn't stung him throughout his entire managerial career. I mean, to the point, when has... He's already conceded that City are going to win the title, so now it's about finishing top 4. When has Jose Mourinho ever in his managerial career, not just in Manchester United, gone for a win when a draw will do? He hasn't. He will set his team up.
Why will a draw do?
A draw will do because it maintains a 3-point gap between them and Chelsea, regardless of what happens with Liverpool and Spurs. So a draw will do in terms of continuing to keep them in the top 4. He's never set a team out to win. He will set a team out for 0-0.
Against a Lokomotiv, and you've also got Borussia Dortmund against Red Bull Salzburg, CSKA Moscow against Lyon. But let's focus on Milan against Arsenal. Arsenal 65% favourites to advance.
Did the SPI not see? Did you see them against Ostersund? Did you not see them against Ostersund? How's that possible?
The only thing you can offer is that of everybody, probably AC Milan are as inconsistent as Arsenal, and you're not quite sure what you quite get out of them.
But they've
at the
changed,
better
they have
times.
recent weeks. You know, they just come in.
They've been better. AC Milan have not been great. They've been better than they were. They've been better than what we come to expect over the last couple of seasons. They've not been great. Second leg also back in London. I think that plays into Arsenal's favour. Maybe goes into the thinking or the calculations for the SPI. But these are two inconsistent teams who have writer histories that they'd like us all to remember.
I mean, if he doesn't go, Shaq, if he loses this game on Sunday, right, against Man City, and then goes out to AC Milan, team that were top of the tree in Europe for a long time, but clearly haven't been for a while, 2 clubs floundering around. If he does that, I'm being uber negative here about why he changed the habit of a lifetime. I mean, how the hell can he stay on next year? I know he's got a contract, but if they go out the Europa League, they get pasted in the Cup, they're not even in the race for the top 4, how the hell can Wenger stay on? I think he will, but it should be a couple of weeks, it should define, or a few weeks, it should define whether he is actually the manager of Arsenal next year or not. But I don't think that'll be the case. Frustrating.
Who got going through in that time?
I've got AC Milan going through. As you said, they've been better recently, but how can you trust Arsenal? I mean, as I said, you saw them against Ostersund. How can you trust them to beat anybody?
Was that not just a complacency thing?
Listen, if it had been a couple of crazy minutes, then I would have said yes. But the fact is, for 90 minutes, they were outplayed at home. At home. Against the Swedish side? Come on.
So AC Milan to go through?
Arsenal. I'm going with the SPI.
Why are you smiling when you say it?
Because I can't believe I'm going with the SPI.
And for Arsenal. Craig?
AC Milan. I think Arsenal, honestly, it's got to a point that I think they need a couple of good pastings to make it, just to make him go.
Sure.
I really have.